afternoon. We just rocked up at the Woolshed Caves. What are you looking at?
Good afternoon!
Good afternoon. We've just rocked up to the Woolshed Caves. Or Talia Caves. And where were we just? What town did we just come through? Elliston, that's it. It's about half an hour outside of Elliston. And this is the cave. Pretty of a bit of an iconic spot. Still a nice day. We got the good camera. We're gonna try and
Looking like a tourist.
yeah, try and take some cool tourist photos. Nice, but yeah, it's a pretty epic cave. Jesus. The water comes right in. Look at that. Unreal. Back. We've just reached camp for the night after looking at the cave, and there was a couple other little historical things to look at, so that was good. This is our camp for the night. Pretty wicked view. Should get a nice sunset, I reckon. And we're having bit of creamy mushroom pasta for dinner, I believe.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that should be nice. Hopefully you can hear me alright. It's a bit windy at the moment, but not too bad. Yeah, I'm just gonna kick.
Hello all.
G'day.
Just pulled up to Perth Beach. We were lucky to get a spot because it's really busy, and we're just having some leftover pasta for lunch.
Surprisingly busy. And some leftover rum.
Some leftover rum and a wine, and this is our view. So pretty.
Oh, video of shadows.
Good morning everyone.
Morning.
We're now in Seduna. We left Perth Beach this morning. It was another beautiful day there, but
there were some dolphins this morning swimming in the water.
Saw some dolphins, nice. But the tide was out a little bit. But yeah, we left fairly early so that we could get on the road. We've been in Seduna for a little bit. We stopped at one of the fuel stations and had a free shower, hot shower, which was really nice. And now we're on our way to Penong. About 20 minutes from Penong, there's a lake called Lake McDonald, and it's usually a pink lake. I think the time of the year that we've come, it's not going to be so pink, but it will still be really cool to see. It's one of South Australia's iconic lakes, so we're going to go and have a look at that. Matt's just got the drone out. We've taken a few drone footage of us going across the like the middle of the lake. There's like a little bridge kind of thing in the middle of the lake, so we drove over that. Obviously it's well known to be like a pink lake. It wasn't shockingly pink, which we weren't expecting it to be because of the time of year that we've come, but we did get to see it in a shade of pink, which was really nice. I think it's helped with the day being sunny. It's helped it a lot because I've seen a lot of Instagram posts over the last few days of other people coming where it wasn't really pink at all. So we were lucky, we got a good day, but yeah, we just took some drone footage, so we'll put that in. Alrighty, the van is pulled apart. literally all along the front here, around is all pulled apart and under here as well, so that we can try, hopefully, figure out where the mice are coming in, because we had another night last night of mice. So we're a bit over it at this point. So the next step was to pull the whole van apart. So we've been traveling on the Nullarbor. We went to the lake and we're just probably 5 minutes out of Penong. We thought we'd have an early afternoon so that we could spend some time doing this. So hopefully we can find out either where they're coming from, or we can just plug up every hole that we see to prevent them from coming in. We're on the road again. We're still on the Nullarbor. We're heading towards the Nullarbor Roadhouse today just to have a look around. Matt pulled the whole car apart last night to try and fill in all the holes and gaps to try and hopefully prevent any more mice. We didn't have any last night that we know of or heard of, so that's good.
Yeah, we think we found where they were coming in.
Yeah.
Because the second aircon unit that they installed up here, they just like drilled big holes up through the body, basically, and there was just like big gaps.
And we saw like there was soot.
It looked like footprints.
Soot and then footprints on top of it. So it, you know, it was pretty promising that they were coming in through there. So hopefully that's the end of it. But yeah, we're just on the road again. We stayed at like a little roadside stop near Penong last night. It was fine, you know, it was next to the highway, next to the main road, so we did have trucks going past which you could hear, but once you're asleep I didn't hear any, so that's good. But yeah, we're just back on the road. One thing that we've been really loving on this trip is having our little road chef oven. It's been great. It's so nice to be able to have like garlic bread and just have things in the oven. Last night I cooked brownies, so you know, it gives you something else to do, really. Also, with me being a vegetarian, Matt doesn't get too much meat incorporated in the dinners. I try and, you know, put a little bit of chicken on the side so that you can have that. So we actually bought him a roast beef to try out in the oven. So it's just a Woolworths eye-round roast, and Matt loves this roast. We have it at home quite frequently, so we thought we'd give it a try. It says it's 80 minutes for a kilo, and it's just under a kilo, but obviously with the oven being a 12-volt oven, it does take a lot longer. Like last night my brownies took 2 hours, whereas they usually take half an hour. So we thought, while we're traveling on the Nullarbor, it's the perfect time to just put the roast in the oven and forget about it. Maybe check it every time we stop, and then by the time we get across the Nullarbor, Matt will have some roast beef. Alrighty, we've come to the head of Bight, to the visitor centre, and you can pay, and there's like whales that swim through with their babies. So hopefully we can see them. I think it's usually like later on in May, but I mean, hopefully we see something. So we'll go and have a look anyway.
We've made it out to the Bight, and there's no whales because it is very, very early in the season. But that's alright. We found some seals. They're playing. You won't be able to see it on the GoPro, but it's that big flat rock sticking out down there in the water. There's a few seals swimming around there, which is pretty cool. And yeah, we're just spending a few minutes enjoying the view.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to see like flat ocean. Like,
yeah, the ocean's beautiful. It's so cool. Big swells are rolling in. I just like how the land's just like full flat, and then the cliff drops off. Very cool. Wow.
That one's pretty cool.
A lot of magnets.
We just stopped at the Nullarbor Roadhouse. It's like an iconic roadhouse across the Nullarbor, so we thought we'd definitely stop and have a look. We did also fuel up, and now we're getting some water. They've got 20 litres for $1, so that's pretty good. The fuel was $2.95, which is the most expensive fuel that we have put in across this whole trip, and I think ever in my life. I don't think I've ever seen fuel more than that. But that's okay, you have to fuel up, so we had to pay it. We also got some burgers for lunch from the Roadhouse. That's been something that I've heard has been really good, so that'll be interesting to have. And yeah, Matt's just filling up the water now. There he is.
Just made it to the Bunda Cliffs. This will be our last stop before we cross the WA border.
Yeah.
This afternoon. And we pretty much ate all of our, do you already mention that? I don't know.
No.
We already ate most of our fruit and veg and stuff. But we just,
this time.
yeah, we chucked out like just a couple of last little things, but nothing much. So that's good. So just gonna go check out the view. Hopefully there's some seals down there, and yeah. Beautiful. G'day. We have reached the WA border. I'm still on the SA side at the moment, but we're about to cruise through. And yeah, just down there, should be all good. So let's go do it. Gonna be in WA.
We're in WA!
Made it!
Woo! It's been a long time since we've been wanting to come here, so we're really grateful that we're able to be here.
Finally made it.
And we're just gonna go and find camp tonight.
Yeah, not too far away.
It's 4:45, but I think WA time it's like 2:45 or something. Or 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock. Around 3. I think it's about an hour and a half time difference, so we gained some time.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll go find camp and then start our WA adventure.
Alright, we've just rocked up at camp. And this thing's been on for 4 hours. Well, it was on for 4 hours. And we turned it off like an hour ago, just because we pulled it out and checked it and it was cooked. So it's just been staying warm. But let's look at it. Wow. It's actually cooked a bit more.
That's a lot of beef for you to get through.
Nice. Yeah, they cooked it pretty well. That's like the ultimate slow cooked. It's supposed to take 80 minutes, but we cooked it for 4 hours. Well, pretty cool though. Yeah.
Just left our campsite and we have to go through this to get out.
Yeah, that's the highways right there. You can see the 110 sometimes. So, oh well.
Oh god. Oh.
Hey.
It felt a bit muddy.
Easy as, a little bit. It's pretty solid.
Oh, that's alright. Oh dear. We've just pulled into a place called Cocklebilly to get some fuel, and it is so windy. That's gonna blow away. Oh my god, look at that. That is gonna fall. Holy dooly. We've made it to Baledonia. We've got about 180 k's until Norseman, which I believe is the end of the Nullarbor, and we've done a total of 518 k's today in 5 hours and 40 minutes, and we're just making some lunch. Hey,
because we're getting a bit hungry.
Getting a bit hungry. We got some wraps going, but yeah, we're gonna punch on.
Yeah,
probably would have done what, like 6.5, 7 hours of driving today.
Yeah, about that.
Well,
something like that.
You would have done 6.5, 7 hours of
It's very windy.
driving today.
The van's getting pushed around, and it's got like a wind sensor thing. When the van gets pushed too much, it flashes on the dash and puts the brakes on and stuff. But it's alright.
So that's been interesting. But
yeah, the road's pretty quiet though.
Yeah, there hasn't been too many people on the road. We've only had to overtake like 2 or 3 people. But yeah, we just stopped so we could get some lunch, and yeah, it's been good. It's been good. 2 days on the Nullarbor. Some people do it in one full stint, but I mean, we haven't felt like we've pushed ourselves very much. Like really. It doesn't feel like
these are the longest days we've done on the trip.
Yeah, exactly.
We've been going pretty slow.
Yeah.
But there's not a whole lot to see.
So we'll catch up whenever we stop. I assume it's going to be Norseman, but we'll see once we get there. We made it to Norseman 8 hours later and 711 kilometers later. But at least now we can start heading towards the coast, and we're hoping to get to Esperance tomorrow. I think it's only a 2-hour drive, so that'll be easy for us. But yeah, we're very excited.